And a full agenda on Wednesday for Chinese-American officials. There was a CEO summit, a meeting at the White House with the U.S. President Barack Obama, and talk of landmark cooperation when it comes to world's oceans. Well, CCTV's Nathan King has been keeping tabs from Washington.
The US may have been critical of China's land reclamation efforts in the South China Sea recently, but that isn't actually stopping the world's two biggest economies from cooperating when it comes to establishing rules for the high seas and preserving their resources and wildlife for future generations. The recent US close-in flights over Chinese-claimed territory in the South China Sea raised tensions between Washington and Beijing, but here in the US capital this week, there were handshakes when it came to the high seas.
The ocean features more and more prominently in China's economic and social development, ecological protection, and opening up. The Chinese government values international maritime cooperation and is committed to working with all countries in the world to build maritime passages, maintain maritime security, develop the blue economy, harness marine resources so as to foster harmony, cooperation, and a sound environment of the ocean.
By the year 2025, experts say for every 3 tons of fish in the world's oceans, there could be 1 ton of plastics and trash. Discussing strategic differences while focusing on pressing environmental issues like these is the goal.
It's particularly important that we are doing this now with respect to the oceans because we haven't agreed on every aspect of maritime policy, but it indicates that we're working hard to address differences and to find the areas of commonality.
Searching for commonality too when it comes to commerce. The China-US CEO roundtable held a stone's throw from the White House, focused on building the investment environment while both countries continue to try and reach agreement on a landmark bilateral investment treaty. At the White House, US President Barack Obama met with Chinese President Xi Jinping's personal envoys, 2 vice premiers and a state councillor. In less than 3 months' time, of course, the Chinese president will be in the Oval Office himself with the US president for his first state visit as president here. Much of the groundwork laid this week in Washington, Mike, will lead to more agreements then, from climate to commerce during that trip, laying the groundwork for more of what China has always called, they hope, is going to be a new model for great power relations.